Hello, my name's Shell. Welcome to my channel where I've been documenting my weight loss since the beginning, January of 2021. I started at 13 stone 8 and last week I was 9 stone 6.5, so I was over a 4 stone weight loss. Most of the weight I lost last year was with a mixture of Weight Watchers and calorie counting, but this year I've been using intermittent fasting, and for the first 3 months I did 1 meal a day for 6 days a week, and then I had a longer eating window on the 7th day, and it worked very well and I lost weight week in, week out. I was losing 2 pounds or a little bit more, maybe a pound, so it was quite constant. Then I did have a problem over my birthday when I decided to have a week off, which I thought would be easy, and it turned out to be very difficult, and I'm struggling to get back on track since. I did get back on track for a week, and really, when I think back on it, I did that partly because I cut out all the junk food that I don't eat a lot of junk food, but I do like cakes and, little alcohol and biscuits and potato cakes, crumpets, that kind of thing. The week after my birthday, I cut all that out and I just stuck to healthy meals. Well, relatively healthy meals. I still had chips once a week and whatever, but it went well, and I lost 5 pounds and it was going great. And then I decided that what I wanted to do for the summer was to just maintain, because I'm quite happy at 9.5 stone, although I appreciate I'm still half a stone into the overweight BMI. I've still got to lose another half a stone to get into the healthy range, the healthy normal weight range of BMI, which I want to do. But I thought for the summer, there's so many things going on and days out, people coming, celebrations, we've got birthdays, all this kind of thing. So I thought, well, just maybe over May, June and July, I'll just maintain and then get stuck in again. Maybe August, September, when things start tailing off. Now, I've never been able to maintain. Once I get into a mindset of losing weight, I can do that, no problem. But I've never been able to maintain. It seems as soon as I get into a mindset where I say I want to maintain, things start to go wrong. And partly doing the intermittent fasting, I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to eat my maintenance calories using 1 meal a day. I mean, I could, but I'd have to just throw in loads of junk food to get the calories up, which I don't want to do, because normally I eat a relatively healthy meal, and a nice big meal comes to about 1,200 calories. So to get that up to 1,500-1,600 calories, I'd have to eat loads of cake or biscuits or something that was very high in calories, and I didn't really want to do that. So I thought, well, the only way to do it, I'm going to have to lengthen my window out. So this week, I've lengthened the window out to 8 hours every day. Sunday to today, Saturday, I've done 8-hour windows, and I'm really struggling with it. Because the idea is to have something in the afternoon around about 2 o'clock, and then tea is about 6 o'clock. But I'm finding that period between 2 and 6 really difficult. Once I've eaten something, I seem to want to carry on eating. I don't seem to be able to want to stop. And then after tea, going up to about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, again, it's that idea of having tea and then just having a snack later on. The time in between is quite difficult. And so I have found it very hard to stick within the calories that I wanted to. And not go on little binges. I've not been on any big binges, but little binges in between of things that I really don't want to be eating. So it's meant another gain this week, so I think I'm yo-yoing up and down at the minute, which I don't want to do. I want to get to about 9.5 stone and just stay round about there, maybe going up a pound or down a pound. I don't want to be going up 2 or 3 pounds and down, because now I've put some weight on this week. I want to lose now to get back to the 9.5 to maintain. So it means I'm going to have to put some effort into a weight loss this week. So it's all a bit difficult. Anyway, what I wanted to say is what I'm going to try this week, and I thought it might be of interest to anybody else who suffers with this binge eating problem like I do. There's a lady called Gillian Riley. She's been around for years. She's been working with people with binge eating problems and smoking as well. She does helps people give up smoking, and she's been doing this for about 30 years or something. And she's got a wonderful book out. It's called Eating Less. I'll put a link to the book below. It's only in print on a paperback and a Kindle copy. There's no audio for that first book. There's a second book out, which is, I forget what the second book is. Is it called Beating Overeating or something like that? But that's only a very, very short book, and that is in audio. But I don't really think it's got that much in it. It was like a follow-up to the first book, and I think it's the first book you need to read, which is called Eating Less. And it's and she also does an online course as well that you can join. She used to do them in person, but now she does them online. And it's a course to help you stop binge eating, but it works on your mindset of how to do it. And it's not intuitive eating. As you know, I tried intuitive eating last year and it was a disaster for me. It's not based on intuitive eating. It doesn't rely on knowing when you're hungry and stopping when you're full and filling your house full of junk food. I mean, part of the idea of the intuitive eating is you eat all the things that you want to eat and you'll eventually get fed up with them. Well, I'm telling you now, I never got fed up with them. The more junk food I ate, the more I wanted to eat, and it just went up and up and up, and it was never going to stop. I know it wasn't. I was never going to get to the point where I got fed up of junk food. So there are lots of things to do with intuitive eating that don't work for me, and this isn't based on that at all. Anyway, if you read the book, and it's a fantastic book, it really is, it gives you lots of tips on how to get over those urges to binge and to get you through from one meal to another. It's not based, there are no there are no food lists. It's not a diet. It's not it doesn't tell you what to eat, when to eat it, all that kind of stuff. And as she said, which attracted me, you can do it if you're a vegan, vegetarian, high carb, if you want to do fasting or not, it's up to you. So it means I'll still be able to eat the things I want and do the fasting. But she's starting a new online course tomorrow on Sunday, and the first part of it is going to be free if you wanted to try it out. You get tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on Sunday, you can go to a free webinar that she's doing for about 90 minutes, which is the introduction, and then you get a whole week of free access to her online course, which I don't know because I haven't got access to it yet, and I don't know how accessible it's going to be. I think you get everything. I think you get access to everything. So it's going to have the videos, the forum, all the things, previous calls and whatnot. And on the website as well, you can get to listen to a previous call. So even if you don't want to join any of this, you can listen to a previous introductory call for nothing, just on the site there. I'll put a link below to it, so you can just go and click on that and listen to an introductory webinar that she does. And so after you've done a week, and you've got a week to the website, then you get the second call on the course for free as well, which is the Sunday after. They're at 6 o'clock UK time, which I think would be about, does that be about 1 o'clock for Eastern, is it Eastern time they call it in America? Anyway, you could work it out from 6 o'clock. And then after the second call, you can decide if you want to do the course or not. But I would think that within that week, if you bought the book and you read the book and you had a look at the online course, I think you could get a lot from it in a week, just to get a good idea of what it's about, because it's quite a different approach. It's not one that I've seen by anybody else. It is very different. She says it takes about, you have to put in about 3 hours a week to get the most out of the whole course. The whole course is 6 weeks. if you wanted to do it. And I think you get to be a member of the website for a year after that, so you could see in the first week whether you thought it was worth doing. And it doesn't cost you anything, but just the book alone is really good. So I'll put a link to the book and a link to the website where you could join up for tomorrow's free course, free webinar if you want to have a go. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week. I don't know what it's got to offer, as you know, I'll let you know next week how I get on, and I'm hoping it's going to have something to offer to maybe help me get through these hours between meals where I just don't seem to be able to get through without picking at things. And so that's all I've got to say this week. I'll do the weighing now so you can see how not good it's gone.
Hello.
Last week I weighed in at 9 stone 6.5, which was exactly where I wanted to be, but I'm not there this week.
9 stone 7.2 pounds.
That says 7.2. I don't actually think that's right. I think it's more than that. I'm going to do that again. These scales sometimes don't say right. I'm sure it's more than that. I'm just going to do it again, because I did weigh myself this morning a couple of times and it was quite a bit more than that. So I'll just do that again just to, I don't think that's right.
Hello. It's ready.
Okay.
Nine stones 9.0 pounds.
Yeah, 9 stone 9. I'll do it one more time just so that I've got a third, but I think that's what I was expecting. So 2.5 pound gain. I'll just do it one more time just to make sure. I've got it on I've got the scales on a piece of wood because they don't work well on the carpet. They're very
Hello.
they're very sporadic on the carpet, so I put them on a plank of
It's
wood.
ready.
Okay, one more time.
9 stones 8.8
Yeah,
pounds.
8.8. So it's pretty much a 2.5 pound gain. So that's where it is this week, and I'm a bit disappointed that I hadn't been able to maintain, because I did seem to be maintaining up until about Wednesday, and then everything seemed to just go awry.
Goodbye.
So I shall see you next week. I hope somebody will check out Gillian Riley. She is a nice lady. She did. I think she started off doing giving up smoking courses. I found it really easy to give up smoking. I don't know if anybody else did, but when I had a couple of goes at college where I wasn't serious about it. But once I made my mind up, and I was a heavy smoker. I used to smoke about 40 a day. And the day I made my mind up I was going to stop smoking, I hadn't actually decided I was going to do it when I got up in the morning. And then I just thought, I think it was after breakfast, and Andy said to me, because I had a terrible cough, and he said to me, have you ever thought about giving up smoking again? And I said, oh, I'm going to do it, I'm doing it today. And I never smoked from that day till now, and that's about 30 years. And I found that once I've made my mind up, I found it quite easy, and I never thought I would. Nobody ever thought I'd give up. I was such a serious smoker, I really was. And I used to sit up, the first thing I would do in the morning was I'd sit up half in bed and my hand would claw out for my cigarettes. I had to have one before I could even sit up properly. But it was so easy to give up because you just give it up, that's it, never again. You don't have to touch it. And I even carried my cigarettes and lighter around in my pocket for about a month so that they were there if I wanted them. And it was just the cut off. You just cut it completely off. No more smoking, that's the end of it. But with food, it's not the same. You know, it's just, you have to eat all the time, and you just can't cut it off like that. You can't just say, right, that's it, I'm never going to eat again. If that was the case, I think I'd be more successful. But I have a lot of difficulty. One of the things that I have a problem with counting calories is that before I even eat my first thing, I always feel that the day's ruined. when I decide I'm going to have something for dinner, say I'm going to have a piece of toast about 2 o'clock, and it's going to be 200 calories, and I'm going to have some hummus on, 250 calories. Already, by the time I've eaten it, I'm already in the mindset, well, that's it, the day's ruined. You've eaten 250 calories, that only leaves you another 1,000 for the day. How are you going to manage with 1,000 calories? Oh, it's all ruined. And I seem to get into very, very strange mindsets with everything. So I'm hoping this course is going to help. I'll let you know next week how it goes. She's a lovely lady. I hope somebody checks her out. I think she's got a lovely accent. I don't know what accent it's West Country accent, quite strong, and she's nice, and she's very calm, and she makes an awful lot of sense. Some of the course is centred on healthy eating, but it's sort of getting yourself to want to eat healthy eating rather than saying, oh, you can't have cake and you can't have chocolate. Nothing's out of bounds, but it's all about persuading yourself to understand that if you do eat more healthy foods, you will feel better, and it'll have a knock-on effect. And I think that's true for me, because last week when I did knock all the cakes and biscuits out, I felt a lot more in control, whereas this week we've been back on the cakes and cocktails, potato cakes, all this kind of stuff. It's been a lot harder. Right, so that's it. We struggle on. I know other people are struggling as well, and some people are doing well. We all go through phases. It's kind of up and down. So take care. Let me know down below how you've got on. I hope you've had a good week. And I shall see you next week and tell you all about how this course is going. So take care. Bye.